Hello guys, my name is Supissara Intrarukauksorn and I am here to talk about the summary and ethical concerns on the film called The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. So the story revolves around Rebecca Skloot, who is a science and medical journalist, and Deborah Lacks, who is the daughter of Henrietta Lacks. It all happened in 1951 in Baltimore, Maryland, USA. The cell, HeLa, was named after Henrietta Lacks. So, Henrietta died from cervical cancer, and the doctor, which was George Guy, took her tumor sample, cultured it in his lab, and found out that the cells survived. It can multiply without dying, and they've been searching for these cells for almost 30 years. But the point is, the doctor took her cells without her consent because she wasn't able to give the consent to him. Instead, he decided to remove her identity as a donor and replace her name with Helen Lane. As in 1954, they start selling the cell lines of HeLa, which gave birth to the biomedical industry. And thanks to HeLa cell lines, it brought an impeccable advancement to the finding cure for many severe diseases like herpes, polio, influenza, cancer, tuberculosis, AIDS, and Parkinson's disease, even HPV virus, and even the development of in vitro fertilization, and also the chemotherapy, and many more. And as the film progressed, we got to know more about Deborah Lacks, Henrietta's baby girl, who's physically and mentally unstable from her abusive life after her mother died. She has to live with her cruel aunt, who is very abusive, and even the aunt's husband, who sexually abused her as she was a teen, which really gave her the trauma, making her mentally unstable, and the fact that all she has about her mother is only her medical records. And at the end of the film, we get to see that Rebecca took Dale and her brother to visit their mother's cell. They get to touch her cells and see the cells multiplying in real time under fluorescent microscope, which I see is really beautiful and warming as for someone who barely know about their mother. She can finally feel her mother's cells. Now we'll talk about the ethical concerns. We get to learn about Deborah's sister, Elsie Lacks, who died at the age of 15 at the mental hospital. The doctor did encephalography. They drilled the holes into her skulls and drained the fluid out and pumped the air into the brain. All of this to prevent the brain fluid from blurring the x-ray, which must be really painful. I wouldn't imagine going through that. The main topic of this film is that the doctor removed the identity of Henrietta as a donor, for she wasn't able to give him the consent as it is required in order to do the research on any human tissues, and they removed her name and used Helen Lane instead. in order to not get into any trouble. Additionally, the doctor didn't care to explain to her family in advance just for pure respect. Furthermore, they keep getting her children's blood in order to find the DNA sequence that might be close to her and lie about them that they're just want to find the cancer cells in them. And moreover, the Lax family didn't get any compensation or money or any profit regarding the uncountable researchers that have been using Henrietta's cells. They get nothing from it, even respect. I feel like this is really disrespectful toward the patient and her family. Thank you for listening.